work, and we're back in the water. So now we are cruising and just having fun exploring different places.
We're official cruisers!
Yes! What day is today?
I don't know.
This is why we have cockpit spaghetti. Apparently it wasn't cozy enough. It's in the sun.
It was in the sun, oh my god. He's so smart.
So Morty has now dragged our main sheet, jib sheet, and staysail sheet into that mess.
Into the shade.
Into the shade for his comfort. Yes, his comfort. We are currently full sail in the northern part of the Chesapeake Bay, and we're heading south. Now, the clouds look pretty ominous, and if we were in the ocean, I'd put a reef in right now. But we're not in the ocean, and we're actually making good time and trying to get somewhere. So, I looked at the clouds, and especially over here, when I stared at them for a while, I could see that the clouds are moving south. We are also going south. So in a sense, we are moving along with the storm. That is south. So since we're heading towards the storm and the storm's heading away from us, if we keep our speed and the storm does as well, we should be just behind the storm the whole way. So as it stands, we're gonna keep the sails up, but the moment it looks a little frisky, down they go. And then we put up the storm sails.
So often in the Chesapeake, we'll just hit into a random squall. So now we are dropping Josh.
The sail's perfectly balanced. The monitor wind vane, Wendy, doesn't really have to do much steering. It's just minor little course corrections every now and again, whenever a wave knocks us slightly off course or something. Other than that, Wisdom just sails herself straight. The best part about the self-steering system is we don't have to be at the helm. So we can sit around in the comfy spots in the boat while Wendy does all the work of getting us to our next destination. I just keep an eye on the horizon, make sure we're not going to bump into anything, and off we go.
Lunch.
The winds have really died down, so we're more like bobbing out here instead of sailing along. Wendy's still doing her job, keeping us on course, which is giving me free time to work. On Tooth, there's a couple holes that I know exist, so I have to fill those holes. So I injected some polysulfide into a little syringe that I usually use for irrigating surgical sites while taking out wisdom teeth. So I just filled it with that, and it'll give me like a tiny pinpoint precise spot to inject the polysulfide right into. So hopefully no mess and a nice clean result. Time to get some work done. Right here you can see there's a tiny little hole here and here. So I just inject this right into here and fill them up. All right, we got that one. And then there's a couple other little spots that I'm gonna hit as well. Now, once we get to Harness Creek, these should probably be cured and we can splash tooth for the first time. Give them a sea trial. Little spots are filled in, so we're just gonna let it all cure, and hopefully by the time we get to Harness Creek it'll be ready to put in the water. The winds are super light, the storm's passed, everything's cleared up. We're now under a high pressure system, and ahead of us is a vanishing low pressure system. You can see the cirrus clouds of the next one coming in, but we're under the influence of the high. High pressures are characterized by light winds, and we are in that. There's pretty much no wind. We're doing 2 to 3 knots on a run or broad reach. So it's time to put up the light air sails. So we're gonna put up Lady Mildred and Dill. In another video, we're gonna go over how to inspect your rigging, but a real quick tidbit of what it's really all about is clevis pins and cotter pins. So a clevis pin is this big guy and the cotter pin's the little guy. And you just wanna make sure that they're oriented so that this guy won't fall out of something and that this guy has his head up. That way, even if the legs aren't spread, it stays together. You turn it over, cotter pin falls out, clevis pin falls out. So we were very lucky because we actually just dropped our Clues clevis pin, and thankfully it fell in the cockpit. I really thought it was lost, but the cotter pin's nowhere to be found, so I just grabbed the new one. So we're gonna get that fixed up, and then we will get our light air sails all put up. Now flying our light air sails. We got Dill and Mill. Join us next time as we battle with flies and make our way into Harness Creek.
Thanks so much for watching, and we hope that you will like this video and subscribe to our channel for updates on our adventures.
And when you subscribe, make sure you click on the little bell. That way you'll get notifications as soon as the next video is uploaded.
Thank you so much.